this life, you gotta have a little bit of discipline, man. More than just a little bit. Do I look good, baby? You gotta have a little bit of discipline, man. To oh, I'm dropping the split. Lord dear God. There's power in. It's like a little roachy roach. There's power in moderation. I'm telling ya, there's power in moderation. But it's like I smoke, right? I'll smoke. I'll have a drink here and there and shit like that, right? But it's like as you get, not about as priorities. What they call them? Priorities, needs, and wants. Priorities, needs, wants. What's the other word I'm looking for? But y'all know what I'm trying to get at. Change, as they change and shit like that. Like there's power in the moderation, right? Like people get, not even about greed. It's not just about that. Like your values and shit. Your values and shit should change, right? From and shit like that. You gotta have self-control, right? Because the things that have high in leisure can lead to not having self-control and shit like that, right? You gotta have self-control in this motherfucker. But it's not just that though. But it's not just that, right? Like your priorities and shit gotta change in order for you to really not in order to control yourself, right? But like to help you with self-control and shit like that. You gotta have certain shit in mind. Not just goals. You gotta have certain shit in mind. You gotta have dignity with yourself. Um, Whatever that may be, it can be goals for you, right? The goals for you can be like the goals for you can be like the how do I say this for me? The goals for you can be like, yeah, the dignity, the dignity, the pride, the right pride, like for like shit take different format, right? Different shape, different form and shit like that, right? But yeah, you gotta have self control in this motherfucker. But it's like, yo, everybody's tolerance is different, right? You gotta also remember that too. Yeah, like I just said, everybody's tolerance is different, right? So what self control may look like, what self control may look like, what self control may look like. How do I put this? Cause I'm like, I'm really like talking about some other shit right now. So what my self control not necessarily may look like, but how far you can go with it, right? Like may differ with every different every different individual and shit like that. Self control, man. You know what I mean? Like there's always another day. There's always another day. There's always another day. You gotta keep shit in mind, right? And your enemies, people, enlightened ones and shit like that. We don't even be and I don't like saying chosen and shit and all that fucking shit. But enlightened ones, big spirits and shit. We don't even be having y'all make enemies of us. We don't even be. So keeping people who look at you as an enemy in mind is very important too and shit like that. But I don't want to. Not that I don't want to get into that, but keeping that kind of shit in mind is important and shit like that. And like how I convey the message to you, you will be able to see that in your life, your chart and shit like that. I haven't even been focused on astrology shit and shit like that for a long time. But like I know what I'm talking about, shit like that, right? Because I've spent a lot of time unlearning and relearning shit. Just to put it in a nutshell for you real fast. I've spent a lot of time unlearning and relearning shit. So, with like what seems like some like an extremity, like something like you haven't heard that word in a long time. An extremity, something crazy to you is very uh minor to me. You know what I mean? So it's like and shit like that. Very light to me, very minor to me. It's not like so, but like I don't want to get into actually I do, I don't mind getting into all that, but it's very minor to me because while you were, and I still got to party too and shit like that. That's the funny thing. So while you were I don't know, doing your passion or whatever the fuck you were doing, right? Excuse me. Doing your passion, whatever you were doing, right? Like I'm being serious with you too. And like grade six, right? I was learning about Illuminati and shit like that. That turned into, then you start learning, and you start hearing people about Chosen One and all. Like, yo, bro, I've been doing this shit, man. It's not new to me. That's not new to me. I'm gonna leave it at that. But back to I was like learning shit like that, and I can lead that on to another video and shit like that, right? But yo, Spirit JC here, man. Self-control. Self-control. It's okay. And I don't gotta get into like little details and shit like that, but it's like shit get deep. You gotta like learn how to. You gotta You have to self-control. Like you have to have shit in mind. It can be goals. Goals can be. It's just anything can mean anything if you're really like that. Goals can be dignity. Goals can be self-evaluation. So whatever that is to you, right, and shit like that, like shit get complex and shit like that. But like that's that shit I'm learning, how everything can make anything make sense. That shit like you don't worry about that shit. I got that shit. There's shit like that. But self control, cause I can, and I don't even be having money, but people be doing shit for me, and I still let me. Y'all don't get what I'm saying. Self control, right? Cause it's like you gotta have certain shit in mind. And I'm at the point like I love me so. I don't want to say that. Like, well, yeah, I love me so much. Like, I don't gotta have like, oh, I gotta make music in mind for me to not do this or do that. And like, no. Like, I already operate like that. Like, I'm like that on a totality and shit like that. But like, I don't even know how to explain that fully and shit like that, right? But you gotta have self control. Not just self control. You have to be self control is the main thing I'm trying to say, but. Like as you get, I don't know. Part of it is as you get older, like you really like take pride, like real, like you know what I mean, real pride or pride, whatever, in like just yourself. You know what I mean? You know, like shit can deteriorate quicker than you was when you were younger, right? But it's not just that though. It's not just that. Keeping your enemies in mind, what I just said. You know what it is? It's self-evaluation too, for real. But it's not just like. Part of why I have self-control is my mind, how I think. Why how I think? Because, what do you call it? My mind is so precious. Like my organs, my ability to regenerate myself and shit like that is so precious. You gotta keep that kind of shit in mind when you can deteriorate that, when you can decay yourself. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. And shit like that. Okay? Okay. That's the kind of shit I'm trying to talk about right now. You understand? So your values and shit change. And shit like that. So a lot of that shit starts from being able to create something, right? A lot of people start taking pride in everything I was just talking about when they start to create something and shit like that. But I'm just like that. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just like that. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just like that. So like, I don't know, I was being a man, and part of that is, right, is being able to create shit like that, right? But not just about creating. I'm just like I'm like that. Not just about go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm just like that. It's not about just creating, right? But when you can just be like, when you can just get like that because you've done that so much. Oh, I gotta hold a certain thing because I got this beat to make, or I got this thing to rap, and I gotta take pride in that, what I feel, what that feeling brings me. I gotta hold that character, I gotta hold that shape, I gotta hold that form, right? Once you can let that go and just be that, oh yeah, baby, shit get real fun in this motherfucker. Shit get real fun in this motherfucker. So that's what I'm trying to say. I ain't gonna stop saying it either. This motherfucker. So, it's like shit get deep, man. Like you gotta start. Kind of be like that entity. Like I'm just going off rip. Like you know in Naruto and shit like that. Like you know how they have the outer, like they fighting and shit like that. They doing all this other shit, and then they have their spirit. They have they I forgot what they call them. So I don't watch that shit no more. But they have the outer spirit. Their bigger form. That's what you gotta be in here sometime. I know it sounds crazy. You're not gonna get. I'm just trying to say something quick so that I'm not wasting time in this motherfucker. You gotta bring that in here instead of waiting to get your ass. Instead of waiting for someone to do something to you and shit like that, and then think like me and think, oh, I just like surprises and shit like that, because you're not like that and shit like that, and I am. Yo, so Superior JC, y'all enjoy your day, and more kind. Oh my god, I hope there's not shit all over my face. There's shit all over my face. My bad. My bad. Yo, Spirit JC, I'll be back with more content soon, man. It's not just about self-control, but you gotta look at yourself like a business and shit like that. Like when you really like love yourself and shit. Not. This is what I mean by when I was saying this is 12 minutes in, so I made another like 9-minute video, so let me know, this lets me know I have space. But when you really like, I forgot what the word I was saying, but genuinely do shit, then you can start seeing what I'm talking about. You can't do shit like I'm saying and then have bad intent, and you're not gonna see shit like that. You muddying up the waters too much and shit like that. But anyway, whoever sees this video and shit like that, and I know someone will see this video. It's not a short, but I know someone will see this video. Hopefully you understand what I'm talking about and shit like that. Yo, Spirit JC, I'll be back with more content soon. And stay safe, stay dangerous out here. And yeah, more content coming soon for sure. See, when I go off rip, it's like the content's so genuine, so organic. This is like straight off rip. I made like 2-3 videos today, like all in the same area, same setting. The more I just put the camera up, have a little something small in mind, but like, and just go with it. Oh my god, look where we go. Look where we go. Only if I like applied that right to like how do I put this? Only if like, you know, materialistic things manifested like that. Spirit JC, I'll be back with more content soon. Yay.